All right, so today we're going to talk about the concept of betweenness. All right, and we're going to say that point M, and you want to be writing this stuff down. If I'm putting it up on the whiteboard or I'm putting it up on the wall, you guys need to be writing it down. Point M is between points P and Q if and only if P, Q, and M are collinear. Point M is between P and Q if P, Q, and M are collinear. So what that means is collinear means on the same line. So if we have a line, all right, and we got point P on the line, and then we got point Q on the line. M is between P and Q if they're collinear. So we can put M in between P and Q. All right? In order for M to be between 2 points, all 3 of the points have to be on the same line. So now there's 3 rules that apply to this betweenness concept. All right? This segment from P to M, okay, that's called PM. So segment PM plus the length of segment MQ, which is the distance from point M to point Q. So PM plus MQ is equal to the distance from P to Q. So if you add the 2 smaller segments together, it equals the length of the big segment. Everybody okay with that? So in simplest terms, if P to M is 3 and M to Q is 4, how far is it from P to Q? It's 7, because 3 plus 4 equals 7. Now, there's 2 other rules that apply to this concept of betweenness. And one of them is that if we know how far it is from P to Q, and we subtract the distance from M to Q, what will that tell us? If we know how far it is from P to Q and we subtract the distance from M to Q, what's left? Good, the distance from P to M. And if we know the distance from P to Q, and we subtract the distance from P to M, what is that going to be equal to? M to Q, very good. All right, so if we put some values into these rules, P to Q is 7, minus M to Q, which is 4, and that's equal to P to M, which is 3. If P to Q is 7 and we subtract P to M, which is 3, then we're left with M to Q, which is 4. Any questions there? All right, so let's try. I'm on the top of page 16 right now, and example 4 asks you to find AB. You're given this drawing. It's got points A, B, and C on it. You're given the distance from A to C, which is 13.2. You're given the distance from B to C, which is 5.8, and we need AB. All right. So in this case, we can change the order of the concept and say that AB is equal to the entire length of the segment, which is AC, minus this other smaller segment, BC. So now we can say that AB is equal to A to C is 13.2 minus B to C, which is 5.8. So our AB is equal to 13.2 minus 5.8, which is 7.4. Any questions there? All right, then let's look at a few more examples. And let's say that you're asked to find W to Y. And we've got this segment here with points W, Y, and X on there. And then this entire segment is equal to 8.8. And now pay attention to this. See segment WY right here? I'm going to put a red vertical mark on it, and I'm going to put another one on Y to X. This is called a tick mark. means all segments with one tick mark are equal. Tick mark means all segments with one tick mark are equal. So W to Y is equal to Y to X. So if the overall length that we're given is 8.8, and we need to find the two segment lengths, or one segment length, but both of the segments are equal to each other. Can't we divide 8.8 divided by 2? Okay. If you take WY, one of these segments is going to be equal to WY is going to be equal to 8.8 divided by 2, which is 4.4. Everybody good with that? All right, and then let's look at one that's got a few more tick marks. And let's say we're going to find A to B. Not right now. Just hang out a minute. So let's say we got A, B, C, D, and E. Each segment has a tick mark on it. And this overall distance is 20. So we have 4 equal segments, all right, that sum 20. So AB is going to be equal to 20 divided by 4. And 20 divided by 4 is equal to 5. All right, so any questions on what we covered today? All right, then your practice problems for today. Your practice problems are going to start on page 18. In the book, you're going to do problems 5 and 6. And then over on the next page, 14 through 19. All right. On page 18, you're going to do 5 and 6, and then 14 through 19. You're going to leave those in your notebooks. When you're done with those problems, you're going to complete your electronic assignment. And it'll be labeled, it'll be called Geo Week 2 EA1. All right, but it hasn't been posted yet. So the most important thing for you to do right now is to get these 7 problems completed. have the answers in your notebook, and then sometime later today or tonight or tomorrow when you get to class, you can check focus and you can get this electronic assignment completed. Anybody have any questions?